Hey everybody, I'm Caitlin with the Dive News Desk, and I'm here with Graziano with Truist. Thanks so much for your time, Sherry.
Sure, happy to be here.
Great to talk with you. The bank in August announced it was incorporating AI to a greater extent, so I was curious to ask you, what's the goal with those efforts, and how do you expect that to benefit customers?
Yeah, it's a great question. AI, obviously a hot topic.
Yeah.
Happy to be here, obviously at the conference as well. So when we think about AI at Truist, we think about AI through sort of three lenses, if you will. In terms of the strategy, we're always looking at how can we elevate experiences, both clients and teammates. The second, obviously, probably natural for many, is how do you think about operational efficiency as well. And then third, unlocking areas of revenue and growth. So when we think about the use cases, obviously plenty. We've got plenty in production as well, but when we think about use cases we're prioritizing, we do look through those three lenses to determine the prioritization that we'll look to implement as well.
Okay, cool. What client experience and digital trends are you currently watching and kind of keeping tabs on?
Well, it's a big question, and it's the theme, and really if you think about why we're here as well, we always look to see what's happening in terms of trends, areas of opportunity. In my world, we think a lot about how do we think about the digital client journey end to end, and so we're always looking at seamless, personalized, empowered experiences, spending a lot of time while we're out here as well, focused on payments, digital transactions, how that's accelerating, and then truly thinking about digital acquisition as well. We're really proud, and we shared in our earnings as well, we're really, really proud of our acquisition efforts. More than 40% of our new to bank clients are actually being acquired in our digital channels. So we think about growing the future of the bank. Millennial, Gen Z makes up almost 65% of our new to bank clients that we're acquiring. And we're thinking through that entire end-to-end client experience. How can we ensure that we have a best-in-class client experience that's connected across all of our channels?
Yeah, okay, cool. Where do you see further opportunity for Truist to kind of innovate in those realms? Like where do you feel like you guys have room to do more?
So one big area of focus for us is personalization.
Yeah.
And when we think about personalization, we're not just talking about personalization for purposes of marketing as an example. We actually think about the entire client life cycle. So everything from brand awareness and consideration, how are we showing up with the most relevant content for a client, all the way through account opening, onboarding, and service and use. And so when you think about everything like client service and communications in different channels of choice, equipping maybe a banker with those insights as well, those are all leveraging digital tools, technology, data, and analytics that can help us continue down that personalization journey. We spend a lot of time at Truist talking about personalization with purpose, very intentional, and I think that's key as an area of opportunity for us to unlock.
Yeah. Can you expand on that, or any more that you guys are thinking about, and kind of with that lens of purpose? And
I've got great examples of some capabilities we already have live in production. So a couple things I would say. One, an AI tool that we've delivered now over 1 billion insights, something that we call Truist Insights. That's been live in production now for well over a year and a half. And when you think about the number of insights we're delivering to clients, that's coming through in their authenticated channels. So think your mobile, your online banking, we're logging in. We see over 30 insights delivered to a client on a monthly basis. More than 5 million of our clients have taken advantage of those year to date. Okay, that's just one tangible example of something that's an AI-driven tool. It was created with intent to truly care for a client, thinking about purpose-driven, think alerts, nudges, so cash flow management, helping you to understand maybe where you are in your savings journey. You might maybe proactively, we're trying to nudge you if we think you might be headed into overdraft as an example. So there's great examples of those are purpose-built interactions that we're delivering in a digital channel that truly is powered by AI and helping us think about scale and meeting clients where they are.
Yeah, okay, cool. What's the bank's fintech partnership strategy, or how does Truist think about build versus buy, or who you guys partner with? If you could talk about that.
Well, that's part of the reason I'm here, right? So this is such a great venue. I was telling some folks earlier today, to be able to come to one place and be able to meet not only existing partners that we're doing business with, but net new opportunities and just doing some discovery and exploring key trends that are out there, maybe new partners on the horizon. We always start with what's the problem we're trying to solve as we think about the area of opportunity, and then once we assess what's the area of opportunity, backing into, by the way, we start with the client point of view. Then we back into, okay, if we're trying to solve a certain problem, an area of opportunity, should we buy, should we build, or should it be a hybrid approach? And so we've got different examples. I've got countless partners that are here as well that we're leveraging to accelerate on some of those experience components, and that's usually where we're looking at a partnership.
Okay, great. When it comes to digital capabilities and marketing, and both of those things under your purview, how does Truist compete with bigger banks who might have more to spend in those areas?
Yeah, look, we're really proud of who we are. We're $544 billion in asset, and so if you think about the opportunity we have not only for acquisition, but our existing clients, we have a really large focus on deepening our own existing clients and really making sure we drive to loyalty with our clients as well. And so in terms of, to your point about spend, it's not a spend game. For us, it's about how can we be the most efficient, effective, and truly meet our clients where they are. We have a significant opportunity when I think about the digital channels, just as an example. Our clients are logging in to mobile on average 84% of the time of our digital client interactions, and every login that they have is an opportunity for us to surface some sort of personalized insight. It may be about a solution we think they'll meet their needs, or it might just be a servicing message and an awareness item. But if you think about those client interactions, and again, really proud, more than 7 million clients are digitally active, logging in on average between 18 and 23 times per month. Those all serve up opportunities for us to provide insights to clients. Those may be deepening opportunities or service-related opportunities.
Yeah, okay, great. I was curious too if you could speak to how you guys handle the challenge of serving both younger digital native customers and then maybe your traditional banking clients who want that human interaction. I know you guys have talked about the importance of branches, but also that human touch too, and incorporating AI.
Yeah, so a couple things. We talk about our T3 strategy, which is this concept of technology coupled with human touch delivers on trust for our clients. If you think about the client journey, sort of all in, we're always thinking through the end-to-end client journey. And so when we say connected, seamless, personalized experiences, we mean just that. So you saw our announcement, probably Grow Purple, which is all about having digitally empowered but deeply relational bank branches as well. So when we think about experiences that we continue to enhance, we're always thinking about meeting a client where they are. We do a lot of deep insights, research. Our journey practice actually rolls into my organization as well, and so we're always mapping out what's the problem a client is trying to solve? How do we think about enhancing that experience, whatever it may be that they're trying to do? The spirit of jobs to be done. And it may be, some of these things are highly transactional, and in that case, they may want to self-serve. So we're looking to empower a client to be able to do those things on their own, highly task-driven. But when it comes to something that's highly complex, highly emotional, the research will tell you oftentimes, maybe a client wants to start in a self-service channel, but they might want to finish with a teammate-assisted channel. And that's where we're really intentional about these connected experiences and really allow a client to sort of off-ramp, if you will, to a teammate as needed. An example of that is when we built Truist Assist. Truist Assist for us is a virtual assistant. Today it currently contains 81% of the interactions. Just last quarter alone, we had over 1.3 million interactions in the self-service channel. So it's a great opportunity for clients to be able to self-serve. At the same time, we actually enabled a chat feature for our teammates to support via chat, and if and when a client might decide they have a more complex need and need to talk to a teammate, we're actually able to route that client right over to a teammate in the care center as well, so they can still have that virtual phone call, and they can see what the transaction or interaction was that was happening in the digital channel. That's a win-win for a client if they want to start in self-service, but they might realize that they potentially need some additional assistance, and so we're always thinking about the client journeys end-to-end through that lens.
Yeah, okay, great. I was curious if you could speak to how how the bank fosters innovation and experimentation while maintaining risk management, compliance, keeping those things in mind. So how do you, because I know you and I have talked about innovation before, and so just how does the bank think about kind of maintaining that balance?
So let me start by saying we have a fantastic partnership with our risk organization. In order to innovate, you're always pushing the boundaries when you think about advancing the organization and candidly the experiences forward for your clients or your teammates. And so, bringing your risk partners along early and often, your legal compliance partners as well, and these new ideas and innovations I think are key. We also have stood up pretty rigorous working groups. So we've got great working groups where we've got cross-functional teams, both business partners, when you think about technology leaders, legal risk compliance, governance teams, to be thinking about what are the use cases we're looking to unlock, what's the compelling reason why, and making sure that we bring that team together cross-functionally so that as we're innovating, everyone's along that journey together. I think that's critical in order to be able to go from vision to value and true implementation on an accelerated pace.
Yeah. I know you talked about the FinTech partnership opportunity here. Anything else that you look to get out of the conference?
I got excited even just hopping on the plane where I was thinking about all the partners that are here. So just sort of three things when I thought about spending time here at the conference together. One is existing partners we already have and having them all in one place. The second is discovery, areas of opportunity as we're thinking about what are those very specific maybe capabilities we're looking to augment in an experience and who are the greatest partners we could consider as we think about that enhancement. And then the third is just building relationships and always like sort of seeing, hey, what are the trends, what's emerging, what do we see popping up more frequently, and just making sure we're keeping a really good pulse on how we think about innovating for the future.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Sherry. It was great talking with you. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.